2.
Hi.
Hi.
1.
Oh.
Okay. Do you want to go?
I seriously effing hated that movie.
We saw Black Panther.
I hated it.
Okay, so...
I'm pissed because I thought I was actually going to like it.
Just a little background. Taylor has not watched any of the previous movies. And I've seen all of them.
Back up. I've seen Marvel movies.
Yeah, but you've
just not the order or like how or like any of the specific...
You've seen the Fox ones.
Yeah, like
you've
the
seen
ones
like
that
X-Men.
Everybody has seen. Not like the ones that I should have seen before I watched this movie.
I feel like everyone's seen these ones.
F you, Erin.
F you, Taylor.
First of all. Second of all.
There was no first of all.
Sure. In our first video, I said, I don't really watch movies.
Yeah.
And now we went to a Marvel movie. And I like Marvel movies. I do. Like the Marvel movies I've seen, whether they're Fox or not.
But you were telling me before that you've seen like Deadpool and the X-Men.
Yes. X-Men.
Speaking of Fox movies, it was nice to see Michael B. Jordan in a Marvel movie where it wasn't the Fantastic Four. It was nice to see that he got a second chance on this one. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea.
He was like the bad guy.
Which one?
Not Claw, but the one that
took over.
Yeah.
What's his last name?
Spoilers.
He looks so familiar. He reminded me of one of the Wayans brothers.
No, he's not a Wayans brother. His name's Michael B. Jordan.
What else is he on?
Have you seen Creed? Have you seen the newer Fantastic Four movie?
I'm gonna say, was he the Flame On guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Flame On! Okay, so I'm pretty sure I didn't like it. I got lost a lot. I didn't understand what was happening. I paid attention. I couldn't understand them.
There were some scenes where even though you are paying attention, you're like,
wait a second.
What is happening?
Yeah. And I feel like we probably might get, like, backlash for saying that, but I really couldn't understand them because of their accent. It's like I really needed subtitles. Because if I can't understand what they're saying, I can't follow the story.
Especially when you don't really have, like, background. Yeah, background knowledge of what's happening. I didn't have that problem so much. There were a couple of times where I was like, I didn't quite catch that. But then, like, context, I was like, I'm sure.
You're also going to college to be a translator for a lot of different languages.
So, I mean, I might have a trained ear, but, like, I'm not studying any African languages, so.
See, and then, like, the parts, because you know how, like, foreshadowing?
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of the foreshadowing that you couldn't, like, foreshadow, if that makes sense. Like him dying. I really thought he wasn't going to come back.
Oh, I knew he was going to come back because I'm pretty sure he was in the trailer for the new Avengers movie that's coming out.
See? I didn't think he was going to come back.
And I didn't think they were going to start a new Marvel character that they weren't planning on doing a franchise with. Because, especially since it's like the only black lead character, like, that's something that a lot of people have been asking for a long time.
A black league.
Yeah.
And that's another thing I didn't like, is that the whole oppression thing. I just can't do it with the oppression and, like, the black segregation and, like, the white, you know what I mean? Like, the...
Oh, you mean, like, the colonization, that sort of line of thinking throughout the movie?
Yeah.
I didn't mind that so much. Right now I'm taking a class about, like...
I know.
No, about, like oppression of the colonies in Africa from the Spanish... Because I'm a Spanish major. So, like, that's one of the classes I'm taking. So, taking it from that point of view, I was like, this is actually, you know, an interesting sort of perspective on that, especially since I'm actually studying this from a different perspective that's not, like, just English oppression.
And I think I just watch the news too much, and I am so sick of hearing Black Lives Matter and Everybody Lives Matter. I'm just like, listen...
Yeah, everyone.
Put your heads together and think we can all conquer.
Yeah. And that's not something that ever made me mad, because I understand why people are like, you know what, everybody's lives matter, but I'm like, I get it. Like,
I get it, but stop talking.
No one's saying that, but at the same time, I get what you're saying too, because, like, there's a point where you get on Twitter where you're like, I've read so many, like, sad or depressing or upsetting things today.
For real.
I just don't want to do this anymore. But I see where you're coming from with that.
And I don't know.
There were things about this movie that surprised me, but
that's true. Same here.
a lot of this movie was super predictable. They're like turns that this movie takes where you're like, I bet that person is this person, and I bet I bet this is going to happen. I turned to you a couple times, I'm like, I bet this is going to happen, and that's related this way.
I cannot believe he shot his girlfriend. He was straight up like, you're gonna be okay.
Yeah, that leads me to another thing, since we already said spoilers, that surprised me is that they killed Claw off so early in the film, or that they killed him off at all, because they kind of made him out to be this kind of badass character, and I think Age of Ultron, like this character that you're like, okay, I can see him like being in other movies, and then he is really soon killed off in this movie. And so,
I know, I looked at my phone when that happened, like, how far into the movie are we? Like,
yeah, are we almost done?
Is it over almost? Yeah, I don't know.
And like, there are scenes where Andy Serkis, they have really close-up shots of his face, and I'm like, oh gosh, he actually kind of looks like Gollum.
I'm mad that they, at the end, can I say this?
Yeah, we already said spoilers.
Okay, well, I'm mad at the end when they were talking to the court. I don't know what it is. The jury, I guess.
It's kind of like the UN almost.
Like, getting their weapons out and stuff. Like, no!
This is the...
No! You're going to destroy the world!
I know, I was like, I got your first argument. That made sense, because people can't have technology and not exploit it to its very core. Like, people just exploit technology for the worst.
If this was real life, we'd all be screwed.
I know, we'd be like, oh no.
We'd all be kissing our butts goodbye.
It's like, leave the vibranium to Captain America.
Right. Like, keep your shit in your country. Also, was there Wakanda, like a...
Wakanda.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Was it like a mystical place? Like, because I saw they like went into the mountain and then it turned into that place.
I think it's because in the beginning they were talking about how advanced their technology was, that they were able to like hide Wakanda because they were trying to hide their resources so that people couldn't exploit it, which again makes sense, and they shouldn't have shared those resources with people.
And then they burned all those flowers. Do you think they can plant more flowers? I know it's just a movie, but still, goddamn.
You know when you watch, where you hear about like forest fires and people are like, okay, it's bad because people's houses burn down, but at the same time, it's really, really good for the forest because it helps things grow. That's kind of what I was thinking during this movie. I was like,
why do people live in the forest? I'm just kidding. That was a really bad joke. I'm sorry.
Like the witch and Hansel and Gretel, because they're evil and they want to cook children in the fires.
Speaking of the forest fires, this is a sidetrack. I was watching the news the other day, and I was watching how the forest fires had taken over and had harmed all of these animals, and they were showing a bear that they had like taken care of and let back into the wild.
Oh.
And I was just like, I understand how they're like where they're coming from, but you can't tamper a fucking bear. Excuse my language.
We're not being monetized.
I feel
it's
so
okay.
Bad now. And then put it back into the wild. You can't do that. It's just like showing a little poor boy what a normal life is, and then throwing him back into the shelter.
I can kind of see. It's kind of like when you like touch a bird.
Kinda. And then the mommy bird doesn't want it.
I kind of see where you're coming from. Yeah.
I like. Good for you for helping that bear, but now that bear is going to be used to people
taking care of it,
and now it's not going to know what to do. It happens
See,
again. You know what I mean? I mean, like nature over nurture, or nurture over nature, whatever that saying is. Like, I get it, but I was like, why?
Yeah, I don't know how that works, but you might be right. I don't know.
I'm probably not right.
Which brings me to another point. There, he takes that mask. The bad guy, Michael B. Jordan, takes that mask and he uses it. He's like, this one really caught my eye, and then he uses it for one scene.
Yeah, only one, and then it's annoying. Like that was history.
I know. I was like, why did you bring this up? I was waiting for something really cool to happen, and then. Yeah, I know, but I was waiting for it to be, like, something really cool. Like, he's like, that's not from Wakanda, is it? And he's like, no, it just caught my eye. I was kind of waiting for it to be, like, a Wakandian or whatever artifact.
I'm happy those apes came and helped.
Yeah, the ones that, Baku, was it? Baku?
Something. And he's like, my family's vegetarian.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't going to help, and I really thought he wasn't going to help. But I'm pretty sure he was probably watching on his iPad, like, oh, these bitches are getting creamed. We better go help them.
I did like that the soldiers or the warriors in this were women. You have both women.
They were
and
badasses.
They had both women and men warriors, and they worked together in different capacities, and I really like that.
The guy who was a traitor. Sorry, I'm snooping. With the rhinos.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "You wouldn't kill me, or would you sacrifice something for love?" And she's like, "For my country, I would."
Yeah.
I hate that guy.
I did too. Speaking of that, this is the guy that starred in Get Out last year.
Stupid movie. No offense. I hated that movie.
I thought it was okay.
I hated that movie.
I thought it was okay. I saw the end coming, but I thought it was okay.
I wanted that. Yeah. Whatever. That's a different time.
Friends with the main guy. I think his name's T'Challa.
They're like really good friends.
Yeah, they're good friends in the beginning, and he has one opportunity that he's going to get something done for him. We already spoiled. He's going to get Claw, but he slips through his fingers. Like he just isn't able to do it because of circumstances outside of his control.
He has a good heart.
Yeah.
He's an all-around good guy.
He's been king for like 2 days.
2 days.
And he's like, the friend is like, your father just like let things slide and he didn't do anything about Claw, and now I see that with your reign it's going to be no different. I'm like, he has been king literally 2 days, and man,
you don't talk about people's dead daddies.
Yeah, too soon. He's been dead a week, my friend.
And I didn't comprehend even what happened with that, like the dad dying, and it was a lot of confusion.
You have to watch. This one was Captain America: Civil War.
All right,
to get
so
that one.
Here's a note: don't watch this movie unless you've watched every other Marvel movie, or you will not know what is happening.
I am going to make you a list of the order they came out, and I'm going to lend you my DVDs. Okay. And then
Shit.
I don't.
This is a lot of obligation.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
I'm just kidding.
But you can. I'm not gonna watch them anytime soon.
The lighting makes it look like I had a stroke.
Oh no! Speaking of which, remember his dad's eye in that one scene?
Yes, we're probably terrible people for saying this, but what happened to his face? Was it makeup or was it a real thing?
I don't know if his eye is just maybe slightly askew, just naturally, but it looked like his one eye was drooping.
Like blind too.
And like I was sitting there looking at it like, what is going on? And I was wondering if maybe like it was gonna like melt away.
That's what I was thinking.
But then you leaned over to me and you were like, what is going on with that guy's eye?
Because it almost did look like it was like...
Yeah, and I was like, okay, maybe this is just melting away and that's how he like gets out of this place.
But it was just his eye.
This astral plane. Yeah, and it was just the way his eye was, but it didn't look that crazy the second time.
I don't know what I can and can't say because I don't want to sound like a horrible person. But at the end, when they were in heaven again...
This is probably what other people
they're
are going to
be
think
like,
too.
you're racist. Okay, so at that part, at the end, when he went to heaven again, or whatever it was.
The astral plane, I think they said it was.
And I saw all of the leaders. I just was like, where's Simba?
Oh.
Right.
I can't do that because it's copyright.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, I want to see Simba. Because they were all like the leaders.
I think they're making a live action movie of The Lion King.
There you go.
I don't know why. Because that kind of makes me mad. I wish they wouldn't. It
defeats the purpose of The Lion King.
The Lion King is already such like a beautiful movie that after seeing Beauty and the Beast, which I hated.
See, I love live action films, and I think that they really do need to make live action films on certain Disney movies.
But not all of them.
Especially ones that are like, what was that one that just came out? Not Beauty and the Beast.
Was it
Jungle Book?
Wonderland? Oh, okay.
That one was fine because that little boy was obviously a human. So the live action
made sense.
Right. So like the Lion King, are they going to be people playing the lions, or are they going to be like CGI'd and
That would
lions?
be awesome if it was just like a Shakespeare but with lines from the Lion King.
Yeah. See, that's what I picture. Like a king and a lion. Or not a lion, a king and a prince and his brother and a queen and...
I want to see like a human do those like the villain number, the Jeremy Irons number from that movie, that Be Prepared song. Just Jeremy Irons was amazing in that movie. If they don't bring him back to at least do the voice, that would be very depressing.
I lost it. Forgot what I was gonna say.
We're keeping on track in terms of these are Disney movies.
Yeah.
The thing I hated about The Beauty and the Beast was that they really didn't do anything new with it, aside the fact where they're like, we're going to make her a smart, independent female. But I'm like, she was already a smart,
I was just going to say, Belle was already smart and independent.
And they're like, she's an inventor, too. And I'm like, there was nothing wrong with Belle the first go. There was nothing wrong with her.
I think I need to be hired to put my input on certain things in the real world.
I am not paying you, but you can tell people what you think.
I didn't like this movie. I thought it was really hard to follow. I couldn't understand them. And I get it. I get that they obviously had to have that accent because they were in Africa, but come on. This is America. We do not understand certain accents. I have trouble listening to British people talk because sometimes I can't understand
I feel
them.
like a lot of people do.
Have trouble understanding other accents.
Yeah, I feel like it takes a lot of, like, immersion listening to
I get where we're from. We don't have an accent, but to other people we do. But it is not hard to understand what we are saying.
It might be hard for different people. I don't know.
Yeah. I get it. See, stupid Americans. I hate myself right now. But still, it pissed me off. There was people behind us. They were speaking in an African dialect during this movie.
They weren't really speaking in it. We should clarify this.
When they were clicking their tongue.
Yeah, they were sitting there going...
They were, no, not the movie.
Oh, okay,
when they were talking, they were speaking.
I thought you were saying the people behind us were speaking.
They were
I was like, no, they weren't African behind us.
The people in the movie were speaking African dialect, and people behind us were mocking it. I got so upset.
I was like, stop.
Like, that is so racist. You are... And that's why I think that this movie had a lot of, I don't even know what word I'm looking for. Like, negative input, I guess, because
so many people were focused on the accent?
That, in the setting of the movie, and the all-black cast, and just, like, everything. Like, look, people are racist. I've read a lot of things about this movie, and, like, the people behind me just gave me closure on how I was feeling.
They kind of confirmed.
I did not like this movie because there's black people in it, so don't even try to get that part
You mean that's not why you didn't like it?
Right. Isn't that what I said?
You said I didn't like this movie because there were black people in it.
No, I didn't not like this movie because of that or anything. I just didn't like it because, for one, I couldn't follow it. I couldn't understand them.
And I didn't have as much trouble understanding them as you did. There were parts of it where I think I've already said this, where I was like, I don't really hear that, but with context, I was like, I'm sure that that's what they said.
Mm-hmm.
But all in all, I had an okay time. This wasn't like my favorite. This wasn't for me. This wasn't like Captain America Winter Soldier.
4 out of 10 stars.
And that makes sense for me because you haven't seen the other ones, and I don't know where you stand on where the other ones, like how the other ones are.
See, I like the Marvel movies I've seen. I liked them, except for this last, what is it?
Black Panther, a Wolverine.
The last Wolverine.
Logan.
Hated it. Logan. Didn't like that movie.
Oh, I did.
I went and saw it in theaters. Hated it.
I really liked it. I got the version that was black and white.
Did you?
They made it as a noir film.
Did they?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I didn't like the girl, I don't think. She didn't talk.
She was Hispanic. She couldn't talk to him.
She talked at the end.
Oh, did she?
Yes.
It's
she was
been a while.
Until the end, and then she talked, and I was like, this bitch could talk this whole time.
I think, doesn't he say that in the movie too, now that I'm thinking about it?
He was like, you can talk, or something like that, and that's what I was thinking, like...
This is our review of every
Marvel movie ever made.
That you have seen.
Right. Deadpool. Midas Right, is it Ryan Reynolds?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not Ryan Reynolds, but Deadpool, the character of Ryan Reynolds. With Ryan Reynolds' face. It's my husband. Is there a Deadpool 2 coming out?
Yeah.
I'm all over that shit.
Trailers and stuff for it out already.
I don't watch TV.
Well, I know, but I mean, like...
I feel like the things that I haven't even scrolled through any, like, Instagram.
I'm gonna just, like, start forwarding you trailers and stuff.
That would probably be a good thing, because then I can... Because when is it coming out? In the summer? Winter?
I honestly don't know. The last one came out on Valentine's Day.
I remember what I was going to say that I lost earlier. That girl's head, that tattooed.
Oh, yeah.
I liked it. I liked her.
It kind of looked like she had like a crazy widow speak, though.
She pissed me off when she wasn't gonna fight for that guy, but I get where she's coming from. For
I
fighting
do too.
For like standing up for whoever's in the throne.
And she has to stand to her morals, or what is she in the context of her position. So I kind of got that.
No, I did, and she was like bawling the whole time because she knew she was wrong, but she couldn't. And it was sad.
I loved his sister.
I loved his sister.
She was so cute, and
she was super cute.
I wish I could remember what I know her from.
I feel the same way because she looks super familiar.
She did, but to the point where I'm like, does she just look like someone else that is an actress, but she's a better actress? She was really good. I
love
really
all their hairstyles too. Their hairstyles, and
this is probably not going to go over well with people, but I didn't care for what was going on with Michael B. Jordan's hair.
The braids.
Yeah.
And the buzz cut in the back. Me either. It was like over his hair. It was like
I don't
spider
know.
legs.
I don't know if that's like a traditional, because I know that like dreadlocks are a traditional. What'd you say? Oh, I don't know. I don't know if it's like a traditional thing, because I know that dreadlocks are a traditional thing.
Yeah. Well, because the older lady had the white dreadlocks. Which she looks so BA with those dreadlocks.
She was really good in this.
She was.
Everyone in this movie was good.
No, they were. They did a very good job acting.
Mm-hmm. But again, I like this more than Thor Ragnarok that just came out recently. I felt like Thor Ragnarok was too like jokes like throughout the entire movie, because I know it was like completely almost completely ad-libbed. Or the new Thor movie that just came out recently. You didn't see it. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. But I know a lot of people really like that movie. I didn't care for it too much. I did like that they really kind of held back on the humor in this movie, so that when something funny did happen, it was like, oh, nice. Instead of being like so oversaturated with humor that you're like, ugh.
This movie did have funny parts.
Yeah.
And that girl, she's so witty. Mm-hmm. The black girl, the sister. I loved her. Like,
I did too.
I didn't like the end. When they brought down the thing and they were playing basketball and they were showing all the buildings that he bought.
I didn't like that.
What are you doing with those little kids?
First of all, that scene was racist.
I was just gonna say, I didn't know if that's what you were gonna say. That scene was racist as F.
Because the kids are like, the kids are like, let's break this apart and sell it. I'm like, that is
little
racist.
Black boys with their pants hanging down past their ankles and like, come on, Marvel. You can't do that. Throw a little white boy in there and then you can.
Yeah, and then
Gosh.
And then that was also a scene that I didn't like, because they were talking about, no, we are going to share our knowledge with people and our vibranium, and I was like,
you idiots.
Don't do it.
You're gonna die.
You are going to regret this decision. Oh, I hope someone's okay. Pray for that person, because I don't know what happened, but somebody is being rushed in ambulance.
I always say somebody's hurt or stuck.
Yeah. So probably hurt, because it's not snowy very much outside right now.
Yeah.
So, there are things that happen in this movie that I'm just blinking on, and I know the second we turn off this camera, I'm going to be like, dang it!
Oh, remember when our reveal video, we were talking about how we didn't like the superheroes who are fighting pretty much themselves?
Yes.
Hated it.
That was a thing again this time, because
also, no, I feel bad saying this. I'm too nice. I'm a person. I feel like it was kind of a knockoff Catwoman.
Catwoman wasn't a good movie though.
The costume.
Well, yeah, but
it didn't look like a panther to me. It straight up looked like a cat.
I think that's what the original drawings for it looked like, though.
So are him and Catwoman about to make babies?
No, because I think, like I might have said this before, Storm. I think he was married to Storm in the comics, at least in Civil War in the comics. I think he was married to her, which is one of the very few comics that I have read. You've said that you wanted that if you were in our Jumanji review, if you were Halle Berry, that you would stay. And Halle Berry was technically Catwoman.
Storm. That's true, and I know. And like she was Storm too, wasn't she?
Yes.
Yeah. See. Okay.
Works out. Everything connects. We're weaving a very intricate tapestry here.
I like that white guy though, the CIA guy.
Yeah,
He was cool.
Martin
I'm
Freeman.
glad
I
he
think his
didn't
name
run
is.
his mouth to his people.
Yeah, it's
But
very.
I'm mad how he was so nonchalant. Like, yeah, that's what he was meant to do. That's what he's doing. You got that's what he's gonna do. Like, help us, stop him.
Come on, man.
Like, I'm glad you know what's about to happen. And that whole fight scene, I think, was bogus. It made me
That
upset.
one at the end.
Yeah.
It looked like a video game, sort
Yes.
of.
It looked. And then he called the.
The rhinos.
Yeah.
Oh, which leads me to one of my favorite parts of
And
this
then he
movie.
stops and licks her face.
That the woman like stands in front of the rhino before he can run into somebody, and it's like these two characters have been like, my love, this like in the beginning of this movie, and you're like, oh yeah, that's right.
And
then he
rhino
like jumps off,
stops.
and they have that conversation that we were talking about earlier, where he's like, would you really kill me? And she's like, for my country, I would. That was probably not great. That was not even close. I was leaning somewhere between like German and French. Okay, so
I do not say blah blah blah.
that was not my favorite part of that scene. What was my favorite part of that scene is that rhino was like, oh, we did bad. Like his face is just like,
Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Mom.
I was just doing what he told me.
Play Dad.
Yeah. That was my favorite part of this. I laughed so hard.
The rhinos were so fake in this movie, and I think that's what upset me. We're in 2018. Come on.
Yeah, I feel like they spent their budget on better things, though.
Come on, Marvel. You want cool freaking animals in your movie? Throw a little bit of change that way.
Yeah, that leads me again to the fact
like-
that friend sucks. He's like this quick to turn
Yeah.
on.
I think it's like a life lesson. Be careful who you trust. Because he was behind him even, like, with his dad.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden some weird gangsta outsider gets on the throne. He's like, yeah, new me.
He's like, I killed this guy, which he like cheated, kind of.
He did.
Yeah.
He did cheat.
Yeah.
Straight up threw him over. He falls that far down the mountain and doesn't die. But then
T'Challa.
they have him in an ice pit.
Yeah.
Please tell me how he doesn't get frostbite.
He's got the power of the Black... He probably did. He has the power of the Black Panther, though, so he's, like, regenerated.
See, if I ever make a movie, I'm gonna put all these details in the works.
What would be great is if he came out of the ice, like, after they buried him, like, blah, like Wolverine.
He sits up and he's like, can I get a blanket? And they give him a sleeveless
They give him, like, a
snuggie.
snuggie. I like it because he's, like, wearing the
Wait,
hood
did
and
the
everything.
lights just turn off? Did it just get darker out there?
It did, like 2 minutes ago. You're not paying attention.
Scary. But I think my favorite part of this movie was the technology in the girls' like lounge or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, Elon Musk, you need to watch this movie a million times. We need those.
I think the shining star of this movie was probably his sister. I know that I've already said that, but I think she really made this movie for me. She wasn't obnoxious. You understood like her like
wittiness.
her personality was someone that like I could see myself like
Being her
knowing
friend.
someone like that.
Yeah. She was super freaking smart.
Yeah, and I really
So
liked
smart.
her, and they utilized her well.
And I like when he was doing the flying and the driving. Because, like, she was doing it from her lounge or lair or whatever it's called.
Her like lab.
And, like, they were in a different place. So when they were flying, when that guy was flying the plane and then it started to, like, break down and came back up, I thought that was cool.
Yeah, except that was the same where you and I were like, what is going on?
Yeah, me and her were leaning over like, what is happening?
I was like, am I missing something? Did I like take a step out for a second and just did I leave my body and enter the astral zone?
Because did you realize that she wasn't in the car when she was driving?
No.
I did.
Oh, that she wasn't in that car.
In the middle of the movie.
I was talking about the scene at the end.
In South Korea.
Okay. I did realize that she wasn't in that car.
I didn't want to ask. I felt so stupid. I couldn't follow. It was so like, blah, 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 blah. I was like, I'm just going to sit here and try to figure it out.
It happened really fast, so I get that. Yeah. I'm just trying to like run through the movie in my mind and think of, is there anything that I'm missing? This is like basically a revenge movie.
I get how he was so upset, but chill. You didn't have to be psycho. You could have been in that family.
You could have been
well. But you decided to be a selfish little biatch.
You could have just been like, I'm sorry that I didn't realize what my father had done to you.
I am not my father.
But I will be your brother, or something like that. But no.
And I wish that's kind of how it ended. Like, please, I'm kind of upset that he died.
Because I did like Michael B. Jordan in this movie. To a certain extent. No.
I thought he was too cocky and, like, I don't know.
I feel like, but that's like a character arc, though. Is that, like, if he changed, he's like, I get it now.
People like that in real life, like, throw me off. I don't like people like that in real life. Mm-hmm. So I think that is why I probably didn't like him. But at the end, when he saw the sunset, I was like...
That's like the second... I know you haven't seen these other movies, but this is like the second movie with Black Panther where he sits with somebody on a hill and he's like, okay, man.
Watch our sunset.
You got choices here.
I was going to go for a little talk.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah. NBD.
Well, this is a long video.
We should probably talk real quick about the ending credits.
Oh, and the previews.
The previews. We had... What do we have for previews?
I don't remember.
Done with that.
Okay, ending credits.
The final credit is like... We sat
there throughout the whole credits with me saying, are you sure there's going to be another credit? Are you sure?
And I was like, yes, I'm sure. The final credit, because we already kind of talked about the mid-credit scene, but the final credit is like, they're in this,
kids.
Yeah, they're like in this African country, and 3 little kids are like looking down at something, you don't really see it, and then they like get freaked out and run out, and Bucky walks out, and I'm pretty sure that means he's like finished his reformation or his like reform. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And then it's like, Black Panther will return, and Avengers, the Infinity War. And I'm like, I already knew that.
You can't tell me something I already knew.
Yeah, don't tell me what I know. But at the end I was like, why did we wait for that? That was so dumb.
Hashtag pissed.
Except for the fact that Sebastian Stan is beautiful, and I don't ever mind seeing his face.
Long, luscious locks. Let me brush your hair.
Just as handsome as he won.
Serial killer.
Yeah, I said that to you twice. You sound like a serial killer when you say something like that.
Serial killer. I told one girl, to Erin, not to this girl's face, you have really long hair. Let me brush it.
And I was like, that makes you sound like a total serial killer.
And then something else like...
No, that guy is like, I just want to hug you and smell you. And I was like...
Because he had really good cologne on. I'm like, I just want to hug him and smell him. And she's like, that makes you sound like a serial killer.
You sound like a straight up serial killer. I'm like, just as long as you don't kill me, I don't care. So yeah, there was really no point in staying for the final credit unless you love Sebastian Stan's face, which I do. So I guess there was that.
I was surprised as to how many people knew that there was going to be a credit.
It was funny because the final scene that wasn't a credit was... That guy just checked us out so bad. The final scene that wasn't a credit ended on him not saying Black Panther, just like Fantastic Four. And then it got to the mid-credit scene, and it got to him, like, where he had to answer a question that one of the people in the panel were asking him, and he didn't get to answer again. I'm like, you can't pull that trope twice.
Well, they did.
Okay, so... I think in the end, you said you would give this movie a 40%? Yeah. I think I'd give it like a 65. It was good. I liked it better than Thor Ragnarok. But there were things about it that I didn't like. There were things about it that I really liked. I like the dance that they did whenever they give him the potion. This sort of like chest thing that they did. I loved that. I was like, I want to be able to do that the way that they do that. That's cool.
Because they were all like African tribes, right? Up on the mountain. Yeah.
I like the story in the beginning.
Oh yeah, I remember what else I was going to say. Yeah, the story in the beginning was nice.
It was really cool to look at.
The lip thing. Leave us a comment.
Yes.
If you've seen this movie.
Or if you've read the comics.
This guy has a big plate in his lip.
Oh, that's not what I was going to talk about.
What were you going to talk about?
The tattoo. Michael B. Jordan had never been to Wakanda, so where did he get the tattoo?
It's a trademark of their DNA, I'm pretty sure.
Oh. Well, if you've read the comics or whatever, tell me.
Too. But also, the plate thing, because what was the question that I asked you?
I don't know. What I was thinking is, did that hurt?
How long did it take? I don't...
Because I think they do that with, like, rings on a woman's neck in Africa.
Because one of the African girls did have that. The one where she's like, what is
Wakanda?
Wakanda forever.
You can just say it. You don't have to, like, whisper it to me.
I'm going to butcher it. People are going to be like, you dumb bee.
Like the time you told me about Canada.
Canada. Or how did people from Alaska get to here? They drove. Oh, well, I didn't know that Alaska was connected to the United States, so don't mind me.
Whatever, man. I'm not a geologist.
They need to teach some real things in school.
Not a geographer. It's a geologist the first time.
Geologist.
We're just two dumb bitches.
That should be our thing. Two dumb bees.
No, we're two bees in a pod.
Two bees in a pod.
So 40, 65, I would say it's enough of a spectacle that it doesn't really matter what we think, because you're gonna see it this is one of those movies that you're gonna see regardless of whether or not we liked it or not.
But you're just gonna come back and be like, I'm pissed that I went and saw that movie.
Or you're gonna be like, you guys are dumb. This movie was perfect, and I'm gonna like, his opinions, man.
Your opinion doesn't matter.
Actually,
it does. I'm just kidding.
It does.
Everybody's opinion matters.
That's why we want to hear what you guys thought of the movie.
Definitely. We want you to comment.
Our comment section.
Tell us what you thought. Tell us what you think about the movie if you go see it.
And we really like discussing this stuff, so if you write,
I'll write back.
I'll respond, probably.
We'll do respawn videos.
I mean, unless for some reason we get like an exorbitant amount of comments, I probably won't comment back, but
we'll video back.
That's most likely not gonna happen. So yeah, I thought it was okay. You thought it was not very good.
Yeah, I'm a picky bitch though.
Whatever. You didn't like Peter Rabbit. I don't trust your opinion.
She's gonna find a new person to do videos.
No, man, you're good. Your position is secure for now.
Hey, I almost didn't get to come tonight. My kid tried to kill himself. Not for real.
Yeah, not for. Don't say stuff like that.
That sounded bad. I'm sorry.
He fell off a bike.
He fell off his bike and hit his cheek, and it was World War VII with blood, and it was bad, and ER, and oh my gosh. But we're here, so it's fine. It all turned out well in the end.
Yes. So, yeah, if you want to go see this movie for a spectacle and you're not sure whether or not you want to see it, it is visually nice to look at, except for a couple scenes, like the rhino and when they're fighting in the end. Mm-hmm. It's got strong women characters that I appreciated.
It did.
It had smart female characters that I appreciated. Mm-hmm. I liked the main character. Chadwick Boseman. I liked him. I always liked Michael B. Jordan.
He was a heartfelt character. I liked how nice he was.
Yeah. I didn't super mind that Claude died so early.
Is his arm not there in real life?
No, he's got an arm.
I knew it.
He was Smeagol.
Freaking green screen.
But yeah, so if you see this or you've already seen this, please comment and let us know what you thought. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up and or subscribe.
If you don't, give us a thumbs down. I think that matters.
Yeah.
Too.
You can give us a thumbs down if you didn't like this. If you're like, you dummies, this movie was perfect. I thought it was okay. I'm
not racist. By the way. I said a lot of racist things.
I don't think it's racist. I don't know.
Listen, if I was white saying those things, all hell would break loose.
I don't know. All hell might still break loose.
Exactly. So I just have to say right now, not racist. Just couldn't understand them.
Just not racist. Just saying.
Could never have a.
To be fair. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, nothing we say is going to like sway you if you're determined to see all the Marvel movies. You're probably going to want to see this just to stay caught up on continuity. What are you doing?
I have a ball of puke in my throat.
Oh, gross. Like. Stop it. Okay, so while she's over here being weird, I am going to close this out. So thank you for watching, and we will see you. I don't know what we're going to see next, but we'll see you whatever we see next.
Oh, I remember what the previews were. The ballerina.
Oh, yeah, Red Sparrow.
Yeah, Red Sparrow, and then I think... I honestly want to say that was it. I don't remember.
There was another one. There was another one, but I just can't remember what it was, so it wasn't really important. Like we were saying before, neither of us super care for Jennifer Lawrence. I mean, I don't hate her. If she's in something and I watch it, I'm like, okay, that's fine.
I don't even like the Hunger Games.
But I don't go to things just because she's in it.
I don't want to see it because she's in it. I want to see it because it's a spy movie. So, Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Okay.
So we saw the Red Sparrow trailer.
And then I don't know what
Seems
the
okay.
other one was. I'm gonna remember it right after we pause the movie and be like, oh yeah.
We open it back up. Oh, and
Also,
it's like a completely different day. Review part 2.
1 minute show.
We've been carrying on for forever. Go see the movie if you want to see it. Don't see it if you don't want to see it. It's good for a rental.
It is. It could be like a pizza night.
I buy all these movies. I before anyone accuses me of it, I am a Marvel fangirl.
She is. She's a fanatic.
So, go ahead and call me that because it's true. I do love Marvel movies. This one just wasn't quite for me, but I did like it more than Thor Ragnarok again. So, it was okay. I had a decent enough time. We still had fun.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. Thought I was going to be pissed with a lot of high schoolers that were behind us. But I had to say, shut that baby up, like twice. There's a baby in our movie.
Yeah, somebody wrote a baby.
Come on. Have some courtesy. Like, don't take your kid to get your nails done. Don't take your kid to the movies. Come on, guys.
Basic rules of life, according to Taylor.
This is why it's like the rules of Taylor. I should write a book.
We've been going on for forever. Go see the movie or don't go see the movie. If you see the movie, please comment below and tell us what you think. Like or subscribe. We'll see you guys when we come back for our next video.
Adios, amigos.
Bye.